All right, YouTube. I'm going to be talking to you about why, if you're over 40, you need to be doing YouTube videos. I just got into this game. I haven't been in it a month yet. Well, right at a month. But let me share with you what I've learned. There's all the talk about the algorithm and trying to get the right thumbnails and, try to make sure you get, good content. You know what I'm beginning to see? It ain't about all of that stuff. It's about just hard work. More or less. Hard work. Just sitting down in front of the camera, putting together some videos. And the more you put together, the more content you have, the more you have for people to actually have an opportunity to like. They talk about the monetization piece. Let me tell you this here. This is no joke. I've heard about YouTube. I heard about all of the, you could make money on YouTube. But I never took it seriously. I didn't think there was that much money in it. I really didn't. But now, it's a totally different game as far as how I think mentally. And reason why is, now watch this here. Let me go back a little bit. You got to hear this piece. I'm sitting here. Now, I'm in that group that's over 60. And if you're over 40, get to YouTube. If you want a future, get to YouTube. That's where the money is. Now, here's where I was going with this. I'm sitting around the house, 60 now, 60 plus. And I'm 60 plus now. And I've got a little kid, a grandkid with me, sitting there looking at YouTube. This little kid, Ryan, or something like that. And I can't, people might know what I'm talking about. But at the time, I'm with the 6-year-old. And he's looking at YouTube, looking at this little kid, Ryan, make videos. And they were doing things around the house. I'm working on the PC, doing my little thing, spreadsheets, Word documents, presentations, working. Look over at him, just keep an eye on him. I'm babysitting at the time. Wife's out, doing something, up at Kroger or, shopping or something. And when I say Kroger, I don't know if you have a Kroger in your area, but Kroger is our local grocery store. And I'm keeping an eye on him. And I look at him. He's over there looking at Ryan. And I'm like, he's in the house. He's busy. He's staying active, not physically active, but, I hear him laughing. So I leave him alone. Before I know it, I'm sitting here on the PC working for an hour, hour and a half. I look over at him. He's sitting there laughing and having fun for an hour and a half on YouTube. I'm saying that for this point here. All while he was looking at YouTube, the people that created that content were getting credits. They were getting viewers. He probably didn't subscribe, but this little kid, Ryan, I was telling you about, made like children's videos, like a mother and father and a little child. And they're making videos. And I'm saying that because of this. Man, that guy's a billionaire now. A billionaire. With a B. Not an M. A B. And I'm like, if I had started this stuff when Lil Joe was sitting there looking at this stuff, if I had just been doing some things with him, making videos, making content, imagine where we'd be right now. Look here. If you're 40, if you're 50, especially if you're 60, wait, things are going up, cost of stuff now. Man, you better get your butt up and get to moving, because I'm realizing there's a lot of money out there to be made. I've sat back for I don't know how long just doing nothing, just chilling, just enjoying cutting the grass, getting out, just walking around during the daytime, shopping, going out here to this park, to that park, jogging here and there, just doing routine things, shooting ball. Now I'm beginning to realize, hey man, how much money did you leave on the table? How much money you leave on the table? You sitting here letting all of this stuff get by you. And if you work your whole life, and you etched out a marginal living, made enough to take care of a family, fine and good, the American way. Take care of your family, you make sure everybody's healthy and fed and all that stuff, you did all right. But if you can take it to that next level, that's when you can look around and say, you know what? Everybody I grew up with, I'm kind of on the same level as them, or maybe a notch above. Here, when I was young, I used to like jazz. And there was a guy named Earl Klugh. He was like one of these jazz guitarists. And we're about in the same age bracket. I used to listen to him when I was in my 20s. And then one day, this was about 3 months ago, I'm like, Earl Klugh made millions. And I was a young man in the same time frame, in the same frame of mind. I used to like, I don't think jazz makes you anything special, but my particular case, that's what I was into. But he's a millionaire now, a millionaire. And I'm like, if I had stayed focused and followed the path, I'd probably be right there too. Instead of, worrying about, hey man, taxes are due. Well, I better hold off. I better watch the spending. Trust me, if you're in your 40s right now, you don't want to get into your 60s. I'm in my 60s. You don't want to get into your 60s and be worried about, hey, do I have enough to cover the property tax? If, when you go in the grocery store, you go, man, I sure would love to get me some baby back ribs with the. I'm just using some real life examples. You ain't got to worry about that cost if you have enough money in the bank. Right now, I'm realizing I wasn't as prepared, and I'm back out here. I got my hustle on again. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm letting you know. Do it right now, because the money is not being made on these jobs. I mean, it's good to do a 9 to 5. That's what I did. But I've had an eye-opening experience. And this eye-opening experience is, get your butt to YouTube. They're giving away money. They're printing money. I wouldn't say it like that. But if you do well, you can make money. Now, watch this here. I'm looking at this one lady, she was like, I'm 66 and retired. It was something about single women overseas or something like that. I can't remember the title of the video. But she was talking about how she's making more now than she did in her whole career. And I'm beginning to see the same thing. I'm like, I haven't made a penny yet. I've only been at this a month. I haven't figured out everything yet, but I haven't made a single penny. But I realized this is where it is. This is where it is. It took me a long time to open my eyes, but this is where it is. And now, I'm actually kind of mad at the young folks in my daggone family. The more I think about it, here's what I mean by that. Man, them suckers should have told me that this is the new frontier. It's like the California gold rush. It's like going up into Denver, up in Colorado, and, going through the streams and finding gold because it's plentiful. Man, the young folks didn't even tell us that. Didn't tell me. So guess what? I've now heard, I've now opened my eyes. I now see that this is the new frontier. Don't miss the new frontier. And if you're in your 60s, you better reflect back on Barry White, when Barry White was telling us he had a song called Change. And that song said, technology was gone stone mad, and if you miss it, it's tough too bad, because money talks and no doubt about it. And that was profound. He was giving us direction. Now, the new frontier is in content creation, making stuff.